Good evening. Welcome to the daily reflection from Salisbury Cathedral. I'm Canon Nigel Davies, the Vicar of the Close. It's been quite an exciting day here in Salisbury, certainly at the Cathedral, where the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall attended a service to dedicate a new stone, which they unveiled and which will be put into the east end of the building upon completion of the renovation work that's being done there. Was a very grand occasion with the great and the good attending. And at such occasions, you would be expecting to be singing. But sadly, as has been the case for so long in terms of a church service, there wasn't any singing except by the choir, which was absolutely excellent. We didn't even sing the national anthem, which was strange. The choir sang it beautifully, but we had to be silent. A very strange state of affairs. And it's this lack of singing which I think has affected people who attend church, certainly more than anything. Hymns are very important to people. They contain theology, they contain memorable words which people associate with occasions, with perhaps a wedding, a joyful occasion, with a time of year. And being prevented from singing these memorable words is very difficult. And I think people are finding it hard that they cannot join in. Everybody has a favourite hymn that they like to sing and favourite hymns to sing at certain times of the year. All that, sadly, is now being denied us for the time being. Beginning to look a lot like Christmas. That's what another song says. It's perhaps one of your favourite Christmas songs. There are many. And in fact, after a difficult year, it seems that people are getting stuck in to those old and familiar songs and tunes. Apparently, many have returned to the top 40. So when I was preparing this reflection, I thought I'd look and see what was there. Apparently, there are now, at time of writing, 21 in the top 40. So here they are, pop pickers. I'll pick out one or two of my favourites. Well, at number 3, there was Last Christmas by Wham. And then at 8, Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues featuring Kirsty McCall. That's another one I quite like. Then there's that old favourite, Do They Know It's Christmas by Band Aid. And there are Stepping Into Christmas at number 18. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, a real oldie there by Brenda Lee at number 19. And then there is Driving Home for Christmas by Chris Rea at number 22, something that some people will be doing this year. My particular favourite is at number 23 by Wizard. I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. And then perhaps everybody's favourite is Merry Christmas Everybody by Slade at 32. And finally, the one at number 40, which also I have a soft spot for, is the one by John Lennon, Happy Christmas, War is Over. I don't know if any of those were your favourites. Their re-entry indicates that people are looking for something to cheer them up in what has been a drab and dismal year. They want to escape from the dismal reality that we've faced these past months, perhaps forget for a while and remember happier times. One of my favourites, which didn't make the chart, or not at the moment anyway, was sung and written by Greg Lake. And these are the words. They said there'd be snow at Christmas. They said there'd be peace on earth. But instead it just kept on raining, a veil of tears for the virgin birth. I remember one Christmas morning, a winter's light in a distant choir, and the peal of a bell, and that Christmas tree smell, and their eyes full of tinsel and fire. They sold me a dream of Christmas. They sold me a silent night, and they told me a fairy story till I believed in the Israelite. And I believed in Father Christmas, and I looked to the sky with excited eyes, till I woke with a yawn in the first light of dawn, and I saw him and through his disguise. I wish you a hopeful Christmas. I wish you a brave new year. All anguish, pain, and sadness, leave your heart and let your road be clear. They said there'd be snow at Christmas. They said there'd be peace on earth. Hallelujah, Noel, be it heaven or hell, the Christmas we get, we deserve. Certainly, I'm sure we hope that the latter part of the third verse is true, that all anguish, pain, and sadness will go away in 2021. It's probably not the jolliest of songs, probably not the jolliest of tunes, but it's one that perhaps appeals to my more melancholy nature. The third verse, however, has an ending which I don't think really rings true. I don't think any of us really deserve a ghastly or terrible Christmas. I don't think that necessarily our activity, our behaviour, or warrants a very awful Christmas, which I'm sure, sadly, will be the case for many. We've had so many disappointments and letdowns during this year that we don't really need to have another at Christmas. So I do hope that people will find some way of enjoying the time over Christmas. But there was that other song that I mentioned, which is one of my favourites, and that one was the one by John Lennon. And these are some of the words. So this is Christmas, and what have we done? Another year over, and a new one just begun. And so this is Christmas. I hope you have fun, the near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. Sure, those are the sentiments which we could all echo and want to be part of our Christmas experience. But the other part of the song went on about war being over and that peace was established. And I think that perhaps is a bigger ask than just a few celebrations and a bit of jollity. It's an aspiration, it's a wish. Sadly, Christmas by Christmas, when that song is played, it's a reality that hasn't come to pass. Many things like poverty, homelessness, climate change, just to name three, are still with us. And sadly, I imagine that this time next year, when these songs are sung again, those things will be still with us still. To get a change, to get those things removed, to make them history, as it were, we need heads of government, heads of state, policy change within our politicians. We need difficult decisions to be taken, but bravely. Perhaps the current pandemic, which has shone a light on some of these terrible inequalities, these terrible problems, is something that may have caused us to think again. We hear a lot about there being a new normal. We hope that in 2021 there will be a new normal. But I would hope that in 2021 that new normal is a better normal than the one we had. I would wish to see the end of poverty and homelessness, of debt, of people on a poor job prospects. I would like to see war over. I would like to see cooperation between nation states. I would like to see climate change tackled. I've got a massive Christmas wish list. I hope that next Christmas, perhaps some of those things will have been tackled, or at least begun to be tackled. Or I suppose the sadness of that Greg Lake song, "The Christmas We Get, We Deserve," might, to some degree, be true. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a pleasant evening.